Hi, it's the Lipstick Gal. Thanks for watching today. I wanted to make a video for you featuring all 4 of the new Lisa Eldridge lipsticks. She released a new collection for summer of pink lipsticks, and I'm very excited to have them in my hands. There are 2 new formulas. One is the luxuriously lucent lip color. The other is the insanely saturated lip color. And I think it's interesting that you can tell by the names that one's going to be like super pigmentation and the other one's going to have a really nice, luminous, glowy look to the lips. These 4 new lipsticks are different from the velvet lipsticks that she put out at the tail end of 2018. I do have all 3 of her velvet lipsticks right here. They are my favorite matte formula, my favorite reds, and every time I pull these out to wear one, I love it. The formula lasts well, wears well. If you're curious, I will link my try-on and kind of first impressions video for you above, as well as in the box down below, but I do love it. What's interesting is that her lipsticks, the new summer ones, have the exact same packaging as the original 3 reds. And if you're curious, she does say that there is going to be another release of those True Velvets. So her website will have a place where you can sign up for her newsletter to find out exactly when that's happening. I thought it was going to be sometime this month. Let's see if that is still the case. But let's try these on. When we're done with the lip swatches, I will make sure to show you not only the packaging, but the bag that comes when you make a purchase of 2 lipsticks or more with the summer collection. I know they're currently sold out, but my understanding is they will be restocked, which is why I'm still doing this video. But this is the first one I'm going to try on. I'm so excited to put this on. This one is called Go Lightly, and it's described as a salmon pink. So that's just basically one swipe. I do love the way that it feels. I'm gonna just put some more on because I almost never wear just one swipe of lipstick. I have multiple layers of this on. I love the feeling of this luxuriously lucent formula on the lips. It's creamy, it's hydrating, it feels almost balm-like, but not like a sticky balm, but a nourishing, lightweight balm. It doesn't really feel like there's a lot on my lips. If you've ever tried a lipstick where you feel like, boy, I can really feel that, this is nearly nothing. It has a really nice, comfortable slip to it, but it's not a greasy feeling. It's definitely one that I could see that would be comfortable to wear and easy to reapply throughout the day. This is the shade Love of My Life. This is definitely more of a cool leaning pink. This is also in the luxuriously lucent formula. I want to see what it looks like on. Oh, just one swipe is really pretty. I have a hard time wearing only one swipe of lipstick, so I'm just going to keep going. What I like so much about this formula is it builds easily on itself, but it never looks like you're wearing too much. It has very, very comfortable feeling on the lips, and it's definitely one of those lipsticks that if I'm looking for comfort, this is the formula that I want. I would buy any other shade that Lisa makes in this formula because this is like my dream formula for just the way that it feels. It's also a very pretty color. To be honest, I don't normally buy pinks this shade, but I was like, if Lisa Eldridge makes it, I have to have it. I really like this shade. I think it's pretty. I think I like it better on me when I don't have it built up quite so much. And I don't know, maybe I like it better when I build a whole makeup look around this specific shade, but it is extremely, extremely comfortable. This next shade is Rainbow Spill. It has such a beautiful, bright, punchy coral with a really big splash of neon in it. I don't know that I have another lipstick this shade, and this is the insanely saturated formula, so I'm very curious to know what this feels like going on and how pigmented it really is. I'm not giddy. I'm not giddy at all. Oh, I love this shade. I love this shade so, so much. What's interesting is one swipe gives you really great coverage, but I feel like it layers well. Not that you need to layer it. It's not as if it's lacking in pigmentation that you need to put more swipes on, but because I am that person who's constantly more, that's just my habit. It layers well on top of itself. Sometimes matte lipsticks don't layer well on top of themselves. And this is a very different formula than her Velvet lipsticks. This is, I think, more of a demi matte, but it's so comfortable. It's also extremely lightweight. And this is one that I would like to see what it looks like if I were to blot it down and just carefully apply a little bit. I don't know, maybe we should try that. Before, I'm gonna take one more look. Oh, my heart belongs to Rainbow Spill. I love this shade. This is Rainbow Spill, just very lightly tapped in. You can see that I've been using my finger to kind of, it has a slightly powdery feeling to it, but it's not a powdery lipstick. It's a very comfortable lipstick, but it really, at this point, since I don't have a heavy layer of it on, it feels like I don't have anything at all on my lips. I feel like this would really wear well throughout the day. This insanely saturated formula would be with you for the long haul. The last shade is Skyscraper Rose. It's a really beautiful, gorgeous, almost fuchsia color. I think instead of just putting on a full swipe, I'm gonna lightly dab this one in just to see what it looks like with a hint of color before we really go on for full force application. This is Skyscraper Rose, just very carefully patted on, kind of like this. And what's interesting is I feel like these insanely saturated lipsticks make for a really comfortable, almost stain. You could do the whole popsicle stain with this very easily, but I think on top of that, if I know, who is it that I follow on Instagram? It's Katie Jane Hughes, and she does a lot of what looks more like of a blurred line lipstick, and it looks so gorgeous. And I realized that when I really love my lipstick, I started the day out with a really fine line, and then, you know, it's very precise, and then as I go through drinking my cup of coffee, drinking water from my water bottle, you know, whatever, and it just kind of relaxes in, that's when I feel it looks most natural and most beautiful, and it does have that slightly not perfect look to the lines on the very edges of my lips. But I want to put this on full strength and we'll see what it looks like. I was sure Rainbow Spill was going to be my favorite, but Skyscraper Rose, oh my giddy aunt. This is beautiful. I'm absolutely in love. Here's what's interesting. There is no grab, there is no tug, there is no skipping feeling. There are some matte lipsticks, and I know this is a demi matte, that are so dry to really give that matte look that they don't feel comfortable. And that's the complaint I normally have with matte lipsticks, and that's the reason that a lot of mattes that are popular with other people, my 44-year-old lips can't handle. I need something that, yes, if it looks matte, it needs to feel comfortable, it needs to feel nourishing, and this does both of those. Not only does it feel plush and comfortable, it really does feel almost hydrating as you press your lips together. I am so impressed by this formula. What I loved about the Velvets is that they lasted all day. I could definitely see these insanely saturated to like the Rainbow Spill and the Skyscraper Rose really going for the long haul with you all day long, even through drinking water, cups of coffee, meals, soup. I mean, I don't know. I really think that if you really love lipstick, and you don't like your lipstick to wear off, you figured out how to drink and how to eat so that most of it stays on your lips and not on your utensil or on your cup. And I really feel like these formulas would hang on well if you're already that kind of person. Now, if my mom is one of those who just like, before she even starts eating, she wipes all of her lipstick off so that she doesn't have to worry about, is it someplace where it doesn't belong throughout the process of eating or drinking. And then when she's done, she reapplies. I'm the exact opposite. I want to make sure that even while I'm eating or drinking my cup of coffee, I have that glamorous appearance. It is vain, but it's true. But I really love this formula. It's so comfortable. It's so beautiful. I really think you would like it. And I think the insanely saturated formula is not to be discounted. I normally love more of a slightly glossy sheer lipstick, so the Luxuriously Lucent really was like ding, 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 ringing all the bells for me. But this one, comfort-wise, I don't know that there is a more comfortable matte lipstick out there. I'm just going to say that, but because I can't think of any in my collection. Lisa did say that you could use the lipsticks as blush, and I feel like I'm definitely needing some more color on my cheeks, so I'm going to add a little bit of Love of My Life. I threw some on the back of my hand. I'm just going to take a sponge and kind of see if we can intensify my blush a little bit here to make it look like we belong. Oh, that's so pretty. Ugh. Here's what the packaging looks like. It is still this gold and white packaging. It has Lisa's name here. It has her monogram here. It has, you know, all of the ingredients and other things that you'd want to know here. And then on the very top is where it says the shade name. So this one is Go Lightly. I think what's interesting is I remember a very specific detail. When the Velvet lipsticks came out, as you opened up each one of these unicartons, and you slid the tube out, the tube itself was wrapped in black tissue paper. And I was like, oh my goodness, I'd never seen that before. It didn't happen this time. I was expecting that and I didn't have that same experience, which is fine because the amount of time it would take to slice pieces of tissue paper that are exactly this, or maybe just a fraction less, roll up each one, perfectly put it in each of these unicartons, it was a lot. But I will tell you, these came beautifully packaged. All 4 of these came in their unicartons, and they came inside this. And this is the linen makeup bag that came with this. What's interesting is on the inside, it has a really beautiful satin, and it is, of course, that Tiffany blue. And I think that, along with the shade Go Lightly, really is a nod to Audrey Hepburn, a nod to Breakfast at Tiffany's. And as I was thinking about it, I have the other bag that came with her Velvet collection. This one is just a hair smaller. Still beautiful. I do love the detail of this gold trim on the bag, and I do like that even the zipper pull has Lisa's monogram on it. There's extreme details, and for me, like that satin on the inside, it's just like, bestill my beating heart. All of these really specific, finely paid to attentions really makes this feel ultimately luxurious. If you're wondering, each of these lipsticks is 26 pounds each. And as I was doing a little bit of math, and I know that the exchange rate changes day to day, it's about $32 and I think it was 68 cents. Yes, $32.68 on the day that I made the purchase for these. I had a little bit of a snafu when I made the purchase for these lipsticks. They went live on Lisa's website on July 2nd, and it happened at 7 o'clock a.m. Pacific Standard Time. I live on the west coast of the US, and so I set an alarm for myself at 6:30. I wanted to be sitting at my computer. I wanted to make sure I'd created an account for myself because I was worried that these lipsticks were going to sell out and I wasn't going to get a chance to get them. So I set an alarm for myself and I was sitting at my computer, and 7 o'clock rolls around and the website is not loading the new products. And by 7:10, I saw that there was a header that you could click on for the new summer collection, but they were all listed as sold out. I was like, how did I miss it? And then I started checking Twitter and Instagram, and Lisa had mentioned that there was a problem with the purchasing side of the website, that as soon as they had it up and running, all the lipsticks were still there, nobody had sold out, but that they would get it up. And so right around, I don't know, 7:45-ish, I think Pacific Standard Time, was when everything finally was up. I added all 4 to my cart. And they say if you buy 2 or more lipsticks, they will include this little bag as their gift to you, which I was glad to have because I didn't think I was going to like it, but I use this bag a lot. I really, really do. Very elegant, very well made. So I was like, great, I've got everything. I've got the bag, I've got the lipsticks. I'm looking forward to it. And then I actually even paid 15 pounds for overnight shipping. And I got the confirmation in my email that my order had been received and they were going to send it to the warehouse to fill. And then on the 3rd, I got another email that said that my order had been picked and packaged, but it had not been labeled or shipped. And I was like, okay, I was supposed to be next day shipping. And I was thinking, well, if it's coming from the UK, it's going to take a while. I mean, if it's shipping all the way from England, you could literally get it here overnight, but maybe I'll give it 2 or 3 days. And then there was the 4th of July. which there's no deliveries here in the States for any of that since it's a national holiday. And then on Friday, I still hadn't heard anything. And so I went on Lisa's website and I wrote a little note asking, you know, here's my confirmation number, here's my order number, what seems to be the problem? And I didn't hear anything back. And then the next day, I did the same thing, and I found out that the company that was shipping here in the United States to US customers had problems. That somehow the orders that had been placed online had not reached the people at the fulfillment warehouse, and then they had gotten stuck. And then the 4th of July holiday kind of put everybody, and then it was the weekend, and nothing happened until the following Monday. And I was like, what? So the good thing was I asked in a very polite way, because I don't think that being rude ever helps, if I could get my 15 pounds back, and I don't know what that is in dollars, probably more than 20 some odd dollars, for the overnight shipping, which I obviously wasn't receiving. And they were very kind. They apologized profusely. And within 2 days, I had my overnight shipping returned to my credit card. And what was interesting is I had the money for the shipping returned to me before I actually received the lipsticks. And I received the lipsticks 9 days after having made the purchase with overnight shipping. So there was a kerfuffle, a snafu, there was a mix-up in the whole process. And, you know, honestly, I paid for the overnight shipping so I could get them immediately and put this video up for you. But I think I'm so pleased with the way the lipsticks are. I'm just glad to have them because they're sold out right now. And I'm going to be loving using these. And I know that there are growing pains when you start a new business up, when you're launching a new product. It's not always, you know, rainbows and cupcakes. You know, it's not always utter perfection, but I feel like it was very professionally handled, very easily taken care of, being able to contact Lisa and her team. I'm sure it wasn't Lisa, but her team working through the lipsticks was able to very quickly say, we see your problem, let me refund you that money. And it happened so quickly. I can't remember the last time I got a refund that didn't take 15 to 30 days for an item that I returned for an online purchase. I mean, that was remarkable to me. So I'm hoping next time, because here's hoping Lisa launches more lipsticks. There is that nude she talked about that didn't quite come out perfect. I'm hoping that she continues to expand her makeup range, and anytime she launches new lipsticks, I'll be as close to first in line as humanly possible. But I'm glad I have these, and it's nice to know I have all 7 of her lipsticks. Thanks so much for watching today. I hope you enjoyed it. I really loved trying on all of these for you. They are currently sold out, but if you sign up for the newsletter on Lisa's website, I'll leave a link to her website in the description box below. I'm sure you'll be able to find out when these come back in stock. I know that the red velvet lipsticks, these guys here, are going to be back sometime this month. And her newsletter will definitely give you information on when these will be available and when these guys are going to be restocked. I'll also make sure to leave the link in the description bar below for you for the try-on that I did for the velvet lipsticks at the tail end of last year. Thanks so much for watching. Subscribe if you haven't, and I'll see you again soon. Bye.